Hello, my name is Edudel. I am working on an action RPG called Mistgard. And you know what? You can play it right now. I have uploaded a free demo to Steam, link is in the description. This demo contains the first level, which is an introduction to the game. But there is a final surprise, along with the first boss of the game. So if you have the time, I will appreciate you playing the demo. It's available in Windows, Mac and Linux. Let me know what you think of the game if you try it, will you? I have created a Discord server so we can chat about Mistgard's demo. Join in and let me know what you think. I am especially interested in bugs and performance issues. As I am an indie solo developer, I don't have a team of testers to find bugs. But thanks to some members of my family, I could test the game a little bit. They helped me tweak some things to make the game better, and we even found some minor bugs. But all of them were able to finish the demo without problems. However, my experience in game development tells me that there must be some bugs hiding, waiting for you to find them. So, if you happen to catch any of those nasty bugs, will you leave me a comment telling me about it? I will be grateful for that. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about the development of Mistgard these past 2 months. The focus of this milestone was the demo, obviously. To achieve that, I had to figure out 3 things. What do I need to finish the first boss of the game? How do you upload a demo to Steam? Is the art of my Steam page good enough? The most urgent task was finishing the demo itself. So let's review what I needed to finish the boss of the game. I won't reveal too much, in case you want to play the demo. The model of the boss was done a few months back. He's a big soldier with a big sword. He will chase the player and try to hit him really hard. This kind of behavior was similar to my regular melee enemies, so I used the enemy controller as a base. Then I added some screenshot to the footsteps of the boss, so it would look more menacing. Everything was working great, but I needed to figure out one more thing for the first phase of the fight. If you play the original game Prisoner, this first boss has 2 phases, one where you can hit him with the sword, but won't really hurt him, and the second phase, where you can use a bow to pierce its armor. This meant creating a whole new mechanic for the player, archery. For inspiration, I played a bit of Death's Door. I really liked that game, and how they handle ranged combat. So I started adding a similar behavior for the archery of Mistgard. I used a lot of code from the ranged enemies that I already had, and with a bit of camera movement to let the player know where he's aiming, the mechanic was done. But there was a problem. The arrows I use for the enemies, and I'm using for the player, share a component with the swords of the game. I mean, this component is in charge of telling characters that they are being hit. The problem was that there is no distinction between hits, so I couldn't configure the boss to only receive damage from arrows. In the end, I created a tag attached to this hit component to determine the nature of the attack, and the health component has a filter of damage. If the tag doesn't match the filter, the damage is ignored. This way I could have the boss only reacting to the arrows of the player. And having that, the first thing I needed to figure out for the demo was done. The next major issue was uploading a demo to Steam. When I was working on game development on a professional company, I was never in charge of uploading a game to Steam. So my experience with this was non-existent. Thankfully, there are some tutorials on YouTube to help me with that. I was honestly scared of this project, as I heard some developers talking about how hard is the Steam workflow to upload games. In the end, it wasn't so bad at all, especially thanks to this YouTuber, AuroDev. He has a lot of great videos explaining almost everything you need to know about Steam. I have put a link on the description to his channel. Take a look. There are a lot of pitfalls about uploading a demo to Steam, but if you pay close attention you will be able to succeed. I even managed to build Mistgard for Linux and Mac, but sadly I can't test the Mac version. If you happen to own a Mac, can you try the demo? And let me know about any issues. Thank you! The third issue was the art of my Steam page. To set it up in the first place, I followed this tutorial by Chris Zukowski. He's an expert on creating Steam pages, but I didn't do exactly as he told me. he insists on the importance of capsule images in Steam pages, and especially says to not create your own capsule images, especially if you are not an artist. I am sort of an artist, just not a very good one. But I said, hey, let's try to create these images myself. That was a mistake, as they weren't too much eye-catching. And to earn wishlist, you need to have a great presentation on your page, along with an interesting game. The wishlist on Mistgard weren't great, so I decided to listen to Chris and hire a professional artist to create promotional art for Mistgard. Asking around to my fellow game developers, I found this artist called Ignacio Polo. He is a great artist. I have put a link to his Twitter page in the description. I sent him a rough sketch of what I had in mind, and this was the result of his work. The result was amazing. Now I understand what Chris Zukowski was talking about. You see, when you work on a project too long, you develop the called tunnel vision. It's hard to look at your project with fresh eyes, and probably take for granted things that aren't clear. So having an external person taking a look at your project and saying, hey, I have this idea for the cover of your game, is great. And on top of all, Ignacio Polo is way better than me making art. With the art done, I was able to improve my Steam page and create the main menu of the demo. The next milestone for Mistgard is creating one of the levels I have in mind for the complete game. My idea is to have 4 levels linked to a central area, each one with his boss and special objects, but more on that on the next devlog. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you feel like it, please play the demo and let me know what you think. Anything from bugs to suggestions will be nice. There is a link to the Discord server in the description. Thanks! And if you like the demo, consider adding Mistgard to your wishlist. It will help a lot with Steam's algorithm. Thanks for watching, see you next time!